I'm just excited because this is a period that we have again that we're not going to have for a long time, where classic herO and Zest are active again. And that's like the trifecta, you know? I mean, sure, throw a trap in there, why not? You know, you've got Jin, you got KT, SKT, and CJ. Like, it's great. It's great to see them all back, all returning. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
You throw Prime in there with Creator, sure, why not? Like,
yeah, throw Prime in there with Creator, throw Yaoi Flash Wolves with Parting.
Yeah, the only one missing is unfortunately Deer this year was not active for like Samsung Galaxy, so or Stork even. You know,
yeah. Or Soul. But he joined Soul very, very late. Yeah. Before that he was on team. No, I think he won't wait. I know Innovation was on Soul at the start of hard, but regardless, that is enough trying to use our memory that has been broken. We are going into our grand finals now here, kicking things off, of course, on his map, Zest's map, Romanticide LE. We're in the top left-hand corner, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is the skater boy himself, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. He is herO.
We need to cast him on 2000 Atmospheres.
We do.
Was the tune playing in your head when you said that? You're like, skater boy.
He said, see you later, boy, when he went to the military.
Well, we can make a whole song out of it. Na 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 na. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the ESL Asia Cup champion himself, the weekly champion. It is Zest. And place your bets, people. Predictions have just opened up between these two players. Who is going to take this best of 5?
That is definitely 2v7. Zest, definitely looking prime. I mean, he is a favorite for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh my.
herO opening up like max packs and going for a low ground wall on Romanticide.
Oh my.
But at the same time harassing with this perp.
And Elf is just a gape right now. I am very surprised that this is how herO of all players wants to play out a PvP, but alright, we'll see. I can't imagine Zest will have too much of a hard time with this if he decides to go aggressive, but you know, we'll allow herO to get a bit of an earlier Nexus.
Yeah, like a couple of things happened. One, Zest, his pylon was made outside his base. So when herO went for a probe scout, he's like, "Oh my god, the pylon's not here. Where could it be?" Well, it's nowhere important. It's over here. It's like it's like a fake out essentially. And because of that, because of the kind of lack of aggression from Zest, herO is getting away with a more economic opener.
Yeah, unfortunately for Zest. That's usually how Zest likes to play this out too, at least on Romanticide. He wants to get nice and comfortable on at least 2 bases and just try to be as aggro as possible.
Yeah, and we can see how passive Zest is being. He opened up with a sentry so he can get a scout off, so he can, you know, force field the ramp in case things pop off, and he is going for a much later Nexus instead.
And we'll see if that works out for him. herO is leveraging his quicker economy with quick attack and quicker oracles, or oracle singular out.
Yeah,
unharassed.
It was a great mind game that happened because I'm sure Zest, just like how you were saying, assumed that herO was going to be a lot more aggressive, like off the bat in this series, and because of that, Zest opened up safely when herO was more greedy. So yeah, nice little mind game that happened. We'll see how these openers turn out. The first oracle shouldn't do much. I mean, we have a War Prism. Like, oh god.
Battery. Oh, herO getting a little greedy, wanted to take out that sentry and almost pays the price for it. Thankfully, the Oracle does survive. will be dipping on out in the second Oracle. Let's look at the meter.
Yeah, that's why it's so important that that first Oracle survive. Like, otherwise the second Oracle will kind of be useless. You know, you want them to join forces, unite it together, and one-shot probes.
Yeah. Or get the stasis wards if possible. World of opportunity at your fingertips when you go for double Oracle like that.
Yeah, and Zest has eyes on this. Because of that Sentry Opener, he does have Hallucination, and he is just tailing these Oracles the entire way.
Herding them right into the Stalkers. Like a lamb to a bobby.
To a flame. to an Australia.
To a flame, yeah.
Fucking hell. Meanwhile, we do have Zest transitioning. I mean, I say transitioning, you know, evolving his play here. Of course, he opened up with the Twilight Council for Blink for his Blink Stalkers. We talk about it a lot. This has become his key units. But you know what? Before Zest, there was herO. He was the one with the Blink Stalkers. But Zest will have that advantage with that Forge on the way, but later than his opponent.
Much later. Thankfully for Zest, he will at least have his Blink a lot quicker. So, while they're a little bit weaker, they are more maneuverable. herO only now serving the Twilight Council.
Yeah, so they're both gonna have, you know, pros and cons both ways. I'm really concerned for these two Oracles. If they get too ahead of themselves, because Blink is done, Zest will just hard shut them down.
Yeah, they will. They're already gonna take a little bit of damage going into the mineral line. Zest blinks forward. That is gonna be the end of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly surprised at how passive, well, relatively passive herO is playing this out. You know, he's delaying his upgrades, he's getting immortals, you know.
Yeah. But he
kind of has to do that, right?
Yeah, like, oh my god, and he's skipping Blink. He doesn't care.
Oh my. Straight in the DTs, let's go. Now it's probably going to be a Templar Archives. And also, did he just hallucinate a bunch of probes across the map?
What?
herO, yeah.
What? Probes across the map?
He hallucinated a bunch of probes? He did. He hallucinated probes to use as spotters.
Oh, okay, that's what you're
That's something you see every day, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Do they cost less energy? They can't cost less energy.
I'm pretty sure Halux costs the same, regardless of what unit it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, very.
All right, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, you really don't. And meanwhile, you were talking about it. Dark Shrine does get thrown down. It is not a Templar Archives.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a different way of going about it. Obviously, like we both assumed, Charge Archon. I mean, Zest is heading that route. There it is, the Templar Archives for Zest. Like, he wants to also go into this composition. But Zest will have the added value of potentially DTs dealing some damage.
Exactly. They're a little bit more expensive mineral-wise for herO, but I mean, he will get those Archons eventually. Before that, he's going to get a little bit more value, as he said. It's not like High Templar, where you immediately have to warp them into chargelets first. No. You can still see what you can get done with DTs, and then have them evolve, have them morph.
Yeah, there is one major problem that I'm worried about. Like, the DTs have been warped in, but Zest, because of his scouting, he saw the Dark Shrine with his hallucination. That's why he already has observers moving out across the map. Oh.
And one back home just to keep tabs. One of the DTs has been dealt with, the other one not far behind. Oh, but a third!
Oh my god, a third somehow made it into the main base and is actually getting a couple of probes, but 3 DTs for 5 probes? It's not ideal.
A very unequal trade, to say the least.
Yeah, very much so in favor of Zest there, so herO has to back off. And because of that, like, he has a really wonky way of getting Archons. He can still get them, sure, but yeah.
They're costlier.
Exactly.
More costly.
Exactly, and now he's in a really rough place. He's getting his own 4th, but it's so much later compared to Zest. Like, look at Zest with his workers, with his economy, with his army, with his supply. It's all looking up Zest.
He really has not been missing a beat here when it comes to his macro. He's a little bit behind on the tech, herO already getting disruptors out, but will it matter if Zest is able to end the game right now?
Yeah. Like, will it matter if the disruptors don't finish? You know, they're still being produced. Exactly. In comes Zest. We do have a lot of immortals, though, here for herO. Then I blink. Oh,
yeah,
no.
That could be enough to turn the tables. That's what happens when you delay a Twilight Council and you go for charge first. No, herO.
He doesn't even have any charge lots. He's morphing in more stalkers. Blink is still not completed. Zest does take out the base. But disruptors.
Nice little bit of value there, yeah. I mean, the disruptors are nice. It's going to be a good way for herO to defend if Zest keeps going, but Zest doesn't have to. He knows he's ahead in the bases.
Yeah, oh my god, what a bait as well. Baits out 2 stasis wards with 1 blink, and now Zest, he's pushing on forward. He doesn't need to force himself here, and he has to be careful, right? Now we have 2 disruptors. Like, if 2 shots go up on this army, like, things can suddenly swing in favor of herO.
It really can. One connects with a couple of zealots, but that's about it. Purification Nova is on cooldown. 1 disruptor left with 1 Purification Nova. I doubt that's going to be it. Or enough, I should say.
We shall see. The chargers are moving on forward. They're exposed, but the disruptors were a little bit moved there as they were headed towards the northern edge of the map. A lot of stasis wards shut down all these stalkers.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zest was not scouting that location, so what could have ended the game there just straight up didn't.
Speaking of ending the game, oh no, the Immortals are getting surrounded by every single one of these charges. The disruptors are coming in.
Oh man, the Purification Novas get friendly fire damage! And the rest of them just whiff chargelets. Sometimes that's all you need when you're going up against pure Immortals like that. The Stalkers of herO of Zest, I should say, have been dealt with, but herO himself, he's fighting with a pure Stalker army. Okay, now some charges coming in, and now some disruptors have reset the Purification Novas, but still, it's a lot of damage dealt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, losing all those Immortals was huge, and they went down for almost nothing there. Like, Zest had a really nice surround. He's also going for a massive counterattack with all of his Stalkers, as he does have a Warp Prism across the map, and herO is completely out of position. He's got to turn around.
He is.
Oh god, oh god.
Was that friendly fire?
That was, yeah. Oh god.
Oh no, herO.
herO, please. The Zealots turn around. herO is being sandwiched between the Stalkers and the Zealots. These disruptor shots do go off nicely on the Zealots, and because of that, herO will just barely hold on.
Yeah. +3 has finished up for him as well, so there's a little bit of time here for him to chase everything away and try to stabilize once again. But Zest, he's about to finish up 3-3 of his own. He immediately turns around with his own Stalkers to ambush the Stalkers that weren't in retreat, or that were chasing the retreat.
That they do, and now herO, he's forced back once again, and Zest, he doesn't just have a 4th base, he's working on a 5th base. herO is still stuck only on 3. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for him, and Zest is running away with this. There's still a chance though. Look at them boys.
Yeah, only takes 1.
Only takes
5.
1. Exactly.
That's like 1 times 5. Or the chances of getting
that
one is...
They're naked! They're naked!
Exposed! But one of them does give away the army position of herO. What is this going to do with that? Continue pushing.
He doesn't turn around. These Immortals are still exposed, by the way. They will go down for free. Aye, aye, aye. But Zest does get the 3rd base, and now herO's on 2 base economy.
What an expensive diversion.
Yeah. I mean, now
3 Immortals at the cost of a base? I mean, I think it was worth it overall, but still.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I think because of the scenario that we're in, I think it was worth it. But again, these disruptors, like, they can change everything.
But what about these CTs coming out from Zest? Maybe, potentially.
God, we'll see as the charges are coming in. They're getting on top of the disruptors.
So exposed and sort of get surrounded. The other disruptor has a Purification Nova, but herO doesn't want to send it out in fear of friendly fire, and it gets sniped regardless.
Yeah, exactly. And now the entire army is getting swallowed up. GG gets called, and Zest takes game numero 1.
Yeah, twice as a map after all.
GG. A very interesting turn of events. Like, I feel like herO started out that game very well, but the investment into DTs did set him back there.
Yeah. feel like it's one of those things where herO is mind gaming Zest pretty well with his openings, right? And if you can catch Zest off guard, you're getting yourself a bit of an advantage, but it is extremely difficult to do so against Zest because he has that game sense. Like, he's very vigilant and diligent when it comes to the scouting, for one, but even when he doesn't, he just has a certain understanding of the game and a certain understanding of like build orders and math and units and whatnot. So he's like, all right, if you're coming in with this, that means I can cross out a bunch of other possibilities in the checklist.
Exactly. Oh boy. And just like that, Zest takes the first game, but that was just game 1. That was only game number 1. So we've got plenty more games where that came from. Yes, in that best of 5. Meanwhile, before we get too ahead of ourselves, massive shout out to Ranger in the chat for giving us that raid. I hope you enjoyed your ladder stream.
We were about to rate you when we finished up. Yeah, now we have to find somebody else.
We do have to find somebody else now. But yeah, shout out to Ranger. He is the best player in all of Malaysia. Ranger, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you are whipping Ares for us.
That's what he wants.
It is. It's kind of weird like that.
Yes, we are continuing our series here on Lightshade LE, and we got a bit of an update here, Light. Apparently 2000 atmospheres is the ace match, so now we know how this has to go. Come on, guys, come on, herO. And as I just mentioned, give away the name. In the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. He is not Kuro, but herO.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. Representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG, it is Zest.
I appreciate that you chose not to clip the mic with that DPG.
DPG?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Speaking of DPG, herO going for a bit of a fake out once again.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I mean, you say one, it was Zest who did it in game 1, if you recall.
It was, but also herO faked out Zest in previously, like years ago.
Look,
it's a fake out from herO because Zest is used.
Just because they're both Korean and they're both Protoss and they're both on DPG doesn't mean they're the same person.
They're an Archon. They're an Archon. It's like how Rogue and Dark both came from the same egg.
What?
Yeah, because you get 2 links, so Rogue and Dark.
What?
On Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
What?
They came from the same egg.
What?
So herO and Zest, they're an Archon.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know about Cure though. Cure is kind of alone there.
God damn it, Yaku. God damn it.
Unfortunately, there's no rule of 2 for Terra. Reactor, actually, yeah. You can say that Cure and somebody, another Terran player who... Yeah, Cure, and if another Terran player gets picked up by Dragon Phoenix Gaming, we can say they both came out from the same reactor.
The game is progressing once again. And,
I don't know, I think about it, how weird is it that one larva becomes 2 lings?
What do you mean? It splits.
One larva becomes
it splits his genome. You know, he multiplies like
Is it like a starfish?
like a Karibo.
A Haribo? Gummy bear?
Oh, a Haribo.
Or a caribou? You mean a caribou? In like Finland?
Goat?
Well, I mean they're like deer-like, but I guess deers are just like big goats.
So Zest once again opened up incredibly safe, not just with 1, not just with 2, but with 3 less sentries.
Yep. He wants to have eyes on herO, and the best way to do that when you're going gateway for heavy is with Halukes.
Oh yeah, it's all about the Halukes. With them, you can see everything. You know, you go in, you see the opener, he confirms the Twilight Council, confirms the Forge as well, so he knows that +1 Blink Stalkers will be on the way. Nothing escapes the vision of Zest. Of course, the downside to this is that his ground army currently is a little bit weaker than he would have liked it to be with all those sentries, but I mean, they have their own value themselves.
They really do, especially since he's not looking to be the aggressor this game. Neither is herO just yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But eventually someone's got to pull the trigger.
And we'll see who, as once again, you know, Santos, Halukes all over the place. We do have 2 adepts that are looking to try and sneak their way in. There are a lot of targets for these adepts, by the way. Sure, probes are one, but the other are maybe sniping these sentries.
Yeah, they are considered light units, even though they are mechanical, so adepts still get a nice little bit of bonus against sentries, specifically. Doesn't take many adepts to one-shot a sentry.
Yeah, doesn't take many at all. More than one though.
Yeah. I think you need like 4. So it's like 2. If you have 2 adepts, you get 2-shot the sentries, which again isn't too difficult, but you know.
Yeah. As the game is, you know, slowly progressing, Zest again, the defender, taking his 3rd base. This time, I should say, the first to take his 3rd base. herO staying on 2 a little bit longer.
Just a little bit, as he himself gets his 3rd base, you know, Zest getting his Robo out and the first Forge, so yeah, herO's gonna have quite an upgrade lead for now, and you know, in the meantime, Zest is gonna push.
I mean,
down an upgrade, but he has a bigger army.
So what I was gonna say was that I hope that I want to see herO with the Blink Stalkers. I want to see them in his hands because we missed the last game. Blink ended, but it finished by the time the game ended. We didn't get to see him really utilize that, and now here we go. Blink is done. He blinks immediately on top of the army. On top of this, +1 is about to finish up. It's not done yet though for herO.
Not quite yet. The Guardian Shell really keeping his Stalkers alive here for Zest. He's positioning his Stalkers a little bit better. He's got the Concave.
Ooh.
A bit of a pseudo-Concave going on, and meanwhile, something is killing probes on the other side of the map. I think it was like some adepts.
Those 2 adepts. 2 adepts came in, and unfortunately there was nothing to defend. The boys were pulled, and 9 probes went down for herO.
Brilliant use of multi-prong there for Zest, and now gonna be using a little bit of defeat in detail. I mean, he knows he's behind in the army a little bit, but if he can catch the lone group of Stalkers, he'll have such a lead. I
mean, in many ways, herO is all in right now. Like, he has to do what he can, and he has an advantage, right? He has +1. That's great, but he doesn't have the numbers, and he doesn't have a way to reinforce his army.
That he does not. Zest blinking as best he can. And it's not even just the individual control or the blink control on these Stalkers of Zest, it's just the positioning on them, you know, making sure that every single unit fires, whereas herO, a couple of his units, you know, trapped behind. He's really making sure that herO can't utilize that numbers advantage or even that upgrade advantage to his advantage. To help him, yeah.
It's true. Like, and the problem is that, again, Zest is the one with the defender's advantage, right? With his immortals, with his shield batteries, with overcharge on top of all of that. So herO cannot find a way in. He's forced to back off, forced to reprobe and try and work on the next wave. Next wave, +2 is on the way. That's going to be a great timing. But,
He's starting to catch up, though.
He is, to be fair.
That's when it's finished up. His tech, when it comes to the Robo, was a lot quicker. His plus, I'm not sure about charge. I think it's going to finish up at about the same time. But yeah, Zest has an opening here where +2 for herO is still a long ways off.
Oh no, the shield battery only just started, and it's only 1 shield battery at that for herO. Zest, he's across the map, not just with his Blink Stalkers with +1 and his Zealots that are about to have charge. More importantly, he has Immortals. He has 2 Immortals as the backbone of his army.
The Immortals, the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism a little bit exposed, but doesn't quite matter yet. And yeah, Zest should take this pretty handily.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a couple of charge outs warping in here, but it's not going to be enough here for herO. He's trying to just barely hold on, but 11 more probes go down after the initial 9 that went down earlier, and he's trying to force his way through, trying to focus on these immortals as best he can. But I mean, it's just too much Zest.
Yeah, I'm digging the whole position here. Zest knows that this is he wants to utilize his choke point for as long as he can. GG's called. Zest takes game number 2.
Wow.
This time it's the aggressor.
And
well, I guess he was aggressive in game number 1, but
and
he pulled the trigger later.
In very decisive fashion there for Zest. Damn.
When we were worried that Cure herO was going to be one-sided.
You know what? In my mind, this is telling me that currently, like, we haven't been able to cast the two of them face off, unfortunately. But, you know, maybe Classic has the better PvP at the moment between him and herO.
I think overall he does, but I mean, okay, he might honestly be favored against herO specifically if they faced off. But at the same time, I'm like, the way I'm looking at it is like, well, yeah, maybe Classic overall is a better PvP player, but based on the dynamics, then maybe herO is ahead and edges out the head-to-head. But
we need to have a show match.
I don't know. I'm questioning it. Yeah, we do need a show match in that.
We need to see them face off at some point, but at the moment it's neither here or there. We're in a scenario where Zest is up 2-0, mate. He just needs one more Juanito, mate.
He can go down to Juanito's house. I mean, he owes him a dinner already.
He does.
If I'm not mistaken. So
it's true.
He's gonna use the money from this weekly to treat the special. But with that, we are now loading in to Jagannatha KBBLE. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way over in that right-hand corner. I see your eyes closed. Light. This ain't the ASMR cast. In the top right-hand corner, we have got the blue Protoss player coming down. Lovely caller here for Jagannatha KBBLE. He's been telling us he's in a lot of trouble. His opponent's in un momento por favor mode, whereas he himself, he hasn't gotten map in this series quite yet. He really needs some energy to fight on back. That's why we are picking up some very specific tunes coming in for him. Give him a little bit of a boost. He is, of course, going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. DPG, he is herO.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player who is currently leading this series 2-0 already. Only needs one more. Juanito Mas is all he needs right now. And Juanito is probably not watching because he got knocked out of the tournament earlier today. So it feels S in the chat.
PvP,
it is a PvP. Yeah. Right now he's off in dreamland with Uthermal. Is what's happening. Is what's happening with Juanito. But we have the Dragon Phoenix Gaming Protoss DPG. It is Zest.
I like how when you first got your new mic, you were like, yeah, let's test this out. And I was just giving up on the radio intros.
If I did a radio intro, I would fall asleep. So no, that is not happening.
Understandable. Well, we are at the home stretch, so...
Yeah, and what is happening here, as herO does have a bit of a cheeky probe out on the map. He is being scouted, and Zest does see, hey, pylon is missing. Where are you at? It's right here.
And it's not a gateway, it's not a Twilight, it's not a Stargate. It's been a long time since we've seen a proxy robo.
How long has it been since we've seen a proxy?
About a month.
I was about to say, I think we saw it in DreamHack Europe.
DreamHack,
yeah. Because I remember when it happened in DreamHack Europe, we were like, man, it's been like a year. But it was in DreamHack Europe, or
no,
DreamHack
it's been like
casted together.
1/12 of a year.
Jesus, it's something that you don't see too often at all anymore. It feels bad, man. We used to see it every single week in ESL Open Cup Asia. Remember Patience versus Zest and all this nonsense? It was beautiful.
Every single time, the Y and the Z.
Every single, and he gets scouted.
That's Zest for you. He has eyes everywhere. He is like a tarantula. He will make sure that he knows exactly what you're throwing his way. Is this pylon actually gonna It's gonna go down before the Immortal gets out, and I mean now herO's gonna try to repower that, but
yeah,
is he gonna be able to force Stalkers?
It's not gonna finish. Oh my god!
It ain't gonna finish.
Yeah, the Stalkers are here for Zest. He doesn't have reinforcements. To be fair, they're still a long ways away, so it looks like there may just be enough here for herO to protect this and to start back up this Immortal. But again, it's so late. It's so late.
Yeah, by now Zest, he's kept his own Stalkers alive, so he has a force out in the map. He hasn't expanded, which is super important. Getting shield batteries on the high ground. Is herO going to commit to this? Might as well, question mark? I was feeling a little hesitant.
We'll see. As Zest is going across the map. Ooh, nice. Sentries are here ready for their force fields to cut up the army.
Just like so.
Oh my god, the pylon!
The pylon while he has high ground. Might as well, and he depowers everything here.
Hey, Zest is
and
just
satisfied.
amazing.
He's going home.
Yeah, like he makes the most out of a bad situation. That was insane. He does take out the pylon, does depower everything in the main base of herO. Meanwhile, we do have a couple of adepts. Does he commit to the shade? He will not commit to the shade. And those immortals that we were talking about, they are still waiting for that war prism.
Yeah. I mean, by this point, Zest knows that the immortals are out, so you really don't want to take any unnecessary risks if you're herO. Or on the other side of that coin, you know, you need to really make sure that you can't afford to take a risk. And what better way to move a War Prism to micro?
I guess so. I mean, the adepts are being shut down. The War Prism is going to sneak in, but the army is here ready and waiting. And, I mean, how good is the micro? He takes out a Stalker.
Oh, almost. War Prism still in a little bit of a danger. It's already getting chipped away, and it's only one Stalker. The Immortals in that War Prism are down to the red and orange. This is not looking up at all.
I'm really curious to see if herO decides to expand. I think it's a death sentence, so I hope he doesn't. Zest is moving out across the map here. Ooh, gonna try and catch these Immortals with his own Immortals.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Immortals.
Oh my god, the first goes down!
He's even out the Immortal count, but these Stalkers! He drops a load, which is, you know, at least he keeps one of his Immortals alive. He buys himself some time, but...
Mate, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's nothing at home. We need to see, like, there's not enough energy for a recall.
That there ain't. Hero has to walk all the way back home. Not going for the base trade because he knows he's not anywhere near close enough to win that base trade. That force
he's working in a sentry! The sentries!
He is! War Prism goes down for herO, and this is looking like Zest is back on the top of ESL Open Cup Asia. The Stalkers trying to get that War Prism, but it's not going to be enough. The probes are actually surviving. herO is just barely holding on by the skin of his teeth, but not for much longer. Zest still has a bit of a better army on the high ground.
Oh my god, I mean, herO will clean up the entirety of this army, but herO sustained so many losses. He lost workers, he lost production, he lost Immortals as well. He only has one Immortal remaining, and now he has to go and try and deal equalizing, or even better, just ending the game across the map.
Well, let's put it this way. herO was all in with this build, and now he's even more all in than all in.
He's all in.
What's more than all? You know?
You're all in, mate.
He's all in, you're all in, we're all in.
We're all in, mate. Here we go.
We're all in. That's how dedicated a herO is to this.
And it's not going to be enough, mate. We have a hallucinated Colossus because why the hell not? There's only one Immortal with this army. Meanwhile, Zest has the defender's advantage.
Is that sentry stuck in the force field? I think it is.
Oh my god.
And it gets taken out. herO actually pushing forward here.
Yeah.
Battery overcharge is good though.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The boys are being pulled as well. The Immortal's gonna go down. We have reinforcing Stalkers here. herO, he tried as best he could, but there's just not enough. GG.
Return of the King. Zest, after a long drought here in an ESL Asia Championship, has once again come back and reclaimed his title.
Yeah, like that was insane. That was an insane showing. And I think what's important is that even though it was a 3-0, like in those games, like you got to see, especially in that last game, like Zest with his like fast decision making, you know, just like off the fly, off the cuff, just focusing down pylons whenever he could, you know, focusing down specific units. Like it was insane what he was able to pull off there. That was beautiful.
Any other Protoss player may have faltered, may have just spent a little bit too long of trying to think, what should I prioritize right now? And in that time, herO, you know, may have gotten a key army snipe, you know, so gotten some good value, a key tech snipe or whatnot. But Zest, almost not even thinking, almost just second nature to him. Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Like his instincts,
I see X, I must do Y.
Yeah, his instincts took over, you know, and it was amazing to see there. GG, well played, Zest. He does reclaim his throne, as you said, a throne that was occupied by Creator.
That I told you, herO and Zest, they're in an Archon. Yeah,
it's true. It's all true, mate. It's all true. Yeah. Wow, what a series! What a tournament today! What a tournament!
Indeed. I mean, right after Bota, a very explosive finals of that, we just got non-stop action here today.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Very little downtime here and there, but yeah, just right from the straight series. We didn't get to catch a Zerg player, you know. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get any TVZs or TVTs, but you know, with these Protoss players and how aggressive and how active they like being in game, we were never searching for action.
Exactly. And when it comes to Zerg players, what I will say is, I guess we kind of mentioned it in the broadcast earlier, you know, Bial with his return, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of him here in these weeklies. You know, I'm sure he's going to become another regular, and I cannot wait to see him perform and slowly grow as a player and represent the Zerg race in these weekly cups.
Hopefully he can rope in Armani and Ragnarok while he's at it. It's been a long time since we had them.
Did Ragnarok even play in the qualifiers for GSL?
He did.
Okay.
But I think he got knocked down Code A.
Mm.
No, Ragnarok made it to the round of 16, didn't he, this season? No, Armani did. Did Ragnarok? I think Ragnarok did.
Yeah, like that's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm really concerned for Armani and Ragnarok. I worry that maybe they aren't as active as they used to be anymore, which would be a little bit sad to me, right?
Special moved out, you know, just hasn't been the same.
Hasn't been the same for Armani. Regardless, I hope they're doing well. Again, massive shout out to Zest for being our champion. Shout out to the top 4, by the way. Even though herO and Cure, as well as who did herO go up against? Thermal. Even though they didn't make it to even though they weren't able to perform as well as I'm sure they would have liked to, they still walk away with some money.
And they do. As do our quarterfinalists, yeah.
True. Yeah, special, classic. Hey. Cards are nicely done to all those players.
Very well done. And unfortunately, they saved 2,000 atmospheres for the ace match. But the next time we cast herO, we're getting that intro if he plays on 2,000 atmospheres.
I know what I'm doing right after this tournament.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
breaking out the Avril tapes.
I am. Who?
CDs. Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, as we wrap things up, again, massive shout out to Ranger and Golden as well for the raids, for the hosts. We appreciate the support. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks for keeping your stream live for a little bit longer than you wanted to, just to wait for us to go online, yeah. Golden.
Golden. That extra step, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Oreo in the chat. No Zerg, Sag.
This could be you.
It could have been Oreo. I thought that someone wanted to be a little bit more active and sign up for more of these ESL Open Cups.
Neo.
Psyduck.
Eric.
Oh god, just saying. Eric, he's there for ESL Americas, man. He's there every week. Oreo,
saying, you know?
where you at? Where you at? Oh, God.
Being Sag.
Being Sag. Being in bed, you know, on the Sunday.
Yeah.
But with that, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you, Yaku, for joining me. Thank you so much for waking up this lovely
You
Sunday
as
afternoon,
well.
morning.
Morning, yeah. Morning, afternoon, you know, whatnot.
And mate, are we gonna? I ask you this every time, and every time you're very hesitant. Are you streaming this week?
I don't make promises I can't keep, but
You do that all the time. What do you want about? You do
what
that
do you
all the
mean?
time.
What do you mean? It's like, well, yeah, but it's like promises that other people can't keep. I promise on behalf of other people.
Ah. So you streaming?
Probably, yeah.
Oh.
No promises. Felt an urge once again to ladder a bit more and to, and you know, if I'm laddering, I may as well just stream it and whatnot.
Yeah, it's always fun.
And you know, if I start tilting, then you know, there's always Final Fantasy to swap to.
Exactly.
If it gets too much.
That's the important part.
So yeah, I may stream tomorrow when you know we're all free. There's no tournament going on. Tuesday potentially, but again, not making any promises. And if I do, that's gonna be over at twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I'll announce it over at twitter.com at Yakuzaku. If not, !Discord. You can get the bot to inform you when I do go live, as well as everybody else who is a CranKy Duckling or CranKy affiliate.
Yeah. There you go. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me there as I do go live throughout the week. I am going to be going live with a couple of ladder sessions, maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh! Pack pools as well. Whatever tickles my fancy. I've been playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon as well. Am I going to stream that? Probably not. But
yeah, I tried to stream Darkest Dungeon back in the day, and it was not a good idea.
It's a fun game. I love it as a game. It
is, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know if it's the best stream content. I don't know about that. But
it's
yeah.
not, yeah. unless you're doing a thing where you're like naming your people after your viewers, and then you can all get a little bit of that participation going on. But you know, if you're just doing it for doing it, then your voice runs out very quick.
Yeah.
Especially if you keep going, no! Why are you dying? Don't go!
Well,
Why
stop
are you
dying! Why are you dying, Yaku? Why?
You're dying!
No one should be dying.
You're dying!
God damn it. Ay.
Also, I'm with you on the suggestion, Erebus. Real quick.
It's one of those things where Erebus is like, Yaku needs to grow a mustache. He's trying. he's been trying all his life.
This is 2 years in the making.
That is 19
I have
years.
shaved my chin.
That's 19 years.
I do shave my chin.
Sure you do, buddy. Sure you do.
I do.
God damn, you shave your legs more than you shave your chin. Okay?
I do actually. I do actually.
Oh my god. Shaking my head. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, we really appreciate the support. If you want to help support this channel even further, then you can of course check us out on Patreon. We have our Patreon page. Check us out on Discord, social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can also subscribe to us here on the Twitch channels, where you will get emotes, ducks, replays,
mariachi duck, oh no platypus, CranKy duck, whatchamacallit?
duct tape.
Duck tape, yes. Vuvuzela duck. Or no, not Vuvuzela, but just the whatchamacallit? Fanfare emote.
Trumpet?
Trumpet, yeah. Oh, it is actually probably better. Trumpet.
Beautiful.
That is my acting reel, so.
And that is why Yahoo does not get any gigs. Oh no. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate it. We will see you next time. Our next broadcast will most likely be GPO, maybe ESL Open Cup Americas, maybe.
Well, it has to be, because otherwise Oreo's not going to play in it. So.
Oh, God damn it, Oreo.
And he's promising to play in it. So.
God damn it, Oreo. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Ciao.
Bella.